Hello, I'm coming at you live today from La Costa Resort in San Diego, where I played golf today with Phil Mickelson and Brian Tracy. Pretty sweet. Our Final Four is set. Louisville, of course, is there as expected. What a strong win they had versus Duke. That was amazing. Wichita State, of course, is a shocker, no pun intended, but much respect to them for wins over Gonzaga and Ohio State. Michigan has looked awesome in about the last 50 minutes of basketball that they've played. Very strong, reminiscent of the team that they were looking like early in the season when they were undefeated and number one in the nation. And Syracuse, just plain and simple, shut down Indiana and Marquette with some awesome defense, and clearly they deserve to be there as well. 34 people in our pool were able to muster up a pathetic 0 of the Final Four. Yes, that is correct. Not a single team picked in the Final Four, including people like Trenton Switzer, the early leader of the pool who crashed down to earth with a feeble showing. Kenny Coleman with 0 for 4. Peter Schneider, sports expert or not, with 0 for 4. Michigan State homers like Chris Heigl, Jeff Bryan, Jason Flynn, of course, all got 0 for 4 because they were riding the Spartans who were ousted. Chris Oakes, perennial doormat in the pool, with 0 for 4. Former champions Kathleen Woods and Mike Schmidt with 0 for 4. And yes, my disillusioned, discombobulated self mustered up a feeble showing of 0 for 4. I am ashamed. I am lame. I picked 0 of the Final Four this year. Yes, I don't regret picking Duke. I was kind of taking a little bit of a chance there. And frankly, had they been in different brackets with Louisville, I would have picked both Duke and Louisville to make the Final Four. But there they were in the same bracket. I had Ohio State. I don't mind that pick either. Wichita State got them, but I'd take Ohio State again at the tournament. We're starting again with the same bracket. Syracuse just stifled Indiana. Probably Indiana is the best team in that bracket, but Syracuse just stifled them on that day and took them down. And then the pick that I regret actually is picking Georgetown and not Michigan. Before the tournament started, I made a list of teams I liked the best. On my first tier, I had Duke and Louisville and Indiana. And then in my next tier, I had Michigan, among others. And when I expected them to get a 3 seed. And when I looked at the bracket, I saw they had a 4 seed. They had a tough 5 in VCU. They'd have to get by the 1 in Kansas and then get by the 2 in Georgetown. And I just decided Georgetown would be a safer pick in that bracket. And of course, they were stifled in the first round, ousted by Florida Gulf Coast. So 0 for 4 for me. Weak, horrid, lame. I'm out. 63 people got 1 out of 4. If it was Louisville, the number 1 overall seed, then not much props there for that. But 63 people got 1 out of 4. 7 people only in the entire pool got 2 out of 4. Jackie Miyasaki, our current pool leader, picked Louisville and Syracuse. Vance Pilkington also picked Louisville and Syracuse. Cindy Mohrmann picked Michigan and Syracuse in the Final Four. Probably right now is regretting that pick of St. Louis to make the Final Four out of Louisville's bracket. Travis Lewis picked Louisville and Michigan, as did Trevor Kelly. Paulette Britton had Louisville and Syracuse, and Kevin Donahue, the self-proclaimed sports genius, also picked Louisville and Michigan. Although Kevin is on my list of deadbeat losers right now who have not paid for their pool. Remarkably, there are still 24 unpaid entries as of right now. I will spare some of you some flack because you have acknowledged that payment is coming. But this is probably my least favorite thing to deal with in this pool is all you losers that can't send a frickin' PayPal or mail a check, which is very easy to do, and you take this long to do it. It's lame and ridiculous. People like Chris Cooper. What's up, dude? You live around the corner from me. Drew Cathey is a deadbeat loser right now. Kevin Donahue, Ty Wilda is a deadbeat loser right now. And who is this guy, Bobby Carter? Does anyone know who Bobby Carter is? There's a Bobby Carter in our pool. I have no idea who he is. He hasn't paid. He hasn't acknowledged being in the pool. He basically tried to free roll the other 103 of us and have an entry in the pool with no intention of paying, unless, of course, his picks were good. Then I'm sure he would have forked over the $40 so that he could collect a la Gavin Brontoli. who finally paid today. Anyway, all right. I made a mistake, by the way. This is very important. We had a fax bracket loser that couldn't get his picks in on time, JP Arley, and he had to email me his bracket, which I then inputted into the system. And I have a mistake in it, which may affect the following people, depending on what happens in the Final Four. Greg Sharonis might be affected. Evan Price might move down a notch. Jess Martinetti, Joe Giannosa, Brad Britton, Kevin Donahue. All of you, it's possible that you could move down a notch depending on what happens in the next few rounds, or in the next 2 rounds. So here's the deal. Now, by the way, keep in mind we're playing for $1,200 for first place, $800 for second place, $600 for third place, $400 for fourth place, then $320, $240, $120, and $80 for the rest of the Elite 8. Jackie Miyasaki is the current leader, but what matters is what happens next. I want to thank Tom Skowski for working out all the scenarios. If anything here is wrong, blame Tom. All right. By the way, April Fool's about JP Arley and affecting some of you guys. If Louisville beats Michigan, and I didn't play golf with Phil Mickelson today, by the way. If Louisville beats Michigan, here's the outcome. Vance Pilkington wins the pool. Gavin Brontoli second, Travis Lewis third. Fourth place tie between Chad Vordenberg and Joe Giannosa and Al DiLeonardo. Yes, nice showing, Al. I'll need a tiebreaker score of the final game from any of you if a tie looms, so please pay attention for that. Seventh place in that scenario is Brent B. And then eighth place would be a tie, meaning only one of these people would win a tiebreaker, Michael Cassetta, Ken Schaefer, and Chris Valentino. If Louisville beats Syracuse, Vance Pilkington wins the pool over Gavin. Jackie Miyasaki comes in third, and then Chad, Joe, and Al tie for fourth, and Brent B. and the same three in seventh and eighth. So it's the same exact thing except Jackie replaces Travis Lewis in third place. If Michigan beats Louisville, Travis Lewis wins the pool, and Cindy Mohrmann comes in second, Kevin Donahue in third, Jackie in fourth, Vance and Jess tie for fifth, Gavin in seventh, with Evan Price eking into the Elite 8. If Syracuse beats Louisville, Jackie Miyasaki wins the pool in dominating fashion. Vance and Jess tie for second, Travis in third, Gavin in fourth, Evan Price in fifth. Travis in fourth, Gavin in fifth, Evan Price in sixth. And seventh would be a tie between Dana Cornell and the front row foundation bracket. Yes. If Michigan beats Wichita State, Cindy Mohrmann wins the pool, followed by Travis Lewis, Kevin Donahue, Trevor Kelly, Jackie Miyasaki, a tie for sixth with Vance and Jess, and Gavin coming in eighth. If Syracuse beats Wichita State, Jackie wins, Paulette in second, Vance and Jess in third, Cindy in fifth, Travis in sixth, Gavin in seventh, and eighth would be a tie between Evan Price and Greg Sharonis. If Wichita State wins the championship over Michigan, Cindy Mohrmann wins the pool, Travis 1 point behind, Trevor Kelly in third, Jackie in fourth, Vance and Jess tied for fifth, with Kevin in seventh and Gavin in eighth. And if Wichita State beats Syracuse, Jackie wins over Paulette. Paulette would come in second. Vance and Jess tied for third. Cindy Mohrmann in fifth, meaning women would win 3 of the top 5 spots in our pool. Travis Lewis would be in sixth. Gavin in seventh. Evan Price and Greg Sharonis in a tie for eighth. Those are the scenarios right now. I'll post those scenarios on the pool site. Once again, if any sort of tie looms, and it looks like in every scenario a tie is going to happen, I'll need the actual score of the final game from you sometime between Saturday's games and Monday's games, okay? Hey, listen, I've got a buddy getting married on Saturday, and I'm going to be watching the games on TiVo a little after real time. So no spoilers, please. Don't be texting me stuff during the Final Four, all right? I'll post on the Facebook page when I'm all done, okay? All right, everyone, enjoy the games this weekend, and if you're a deadbeat loser, pay up.